Hey guys, it's been a while. It's still me, Luke, and this is still Lukey Stars, but it has definitely been a while, so let me explain why I have left. Basically, it's all school. That's literally the only reason, but it is a pretty significant. Ooh, don't sneak in like that. Anyways, uh, as I was saying, that's basically the one reason why I haven't uploaded recently. Because otherwise I would have definitely had at least some video ideas, but due to schoolwork I was unable to complete any of them. I still have a bunch of schoolwork waiting for me, but hopefully by the time I upload this video I will have finished all of it. And I'll be able to work on what I actually want to, which is a new repair. Now I'm trying to cover up everything here. Everything that's under my hand is something that I'm trying to cover. Because there is personal information there, and that is not something that I want to reveal to the public. So I'm going to give my camera away as I cut the seal. It's really hard doing it with my left hand and without any visuals, but I feel like you can hear everything, and that should definitely be enough. Okay. Okay, now I'm ready to show it, and it's a display for the Galaxy A20e. Trust me, it really needs a new display. Everything else seems to be okay on it, except for the display. And we do have a brand new one for it. It's very nicely wrapped. I really like that, actually. I don't know how I'll get around this, but I'll try my best. Anyways, time to take apart the phone, which will be more difficult as you can kind of notice the sides being glued to the back, which is not something that I've had to deal with before. For the record, the phone has been shut off, and it definitely has no battery at the moment, so there is no risk of short-circuiting, thankfully, but it's still kind of... yeah, it still makes me kind of nervous as I don't really know how to navigate the insides of this phone yet, so we'll see. Oh yeah, before you take this thing apart, don't forget to get the SIM card removal tool. Trust me, it will make it a lot easier. Now you suddenly have a huge gap where you can insert your tool and start prying from there. With the back plastic finally out and a lot of injuries that we will not expose to the world for obvious reasons. Let's take apart the rest of the phone. This should be fine, I think. Although it's definitely been a pain so far. Something very important to note about this repair and other repairs like this is that, yes, typically the top layer of the camera glass will be made of glass, but the underneath will typically be made of plastic, as well as the actual lenses here. This one, I'm not sure if it has optical image stabilization, it probably doesn't, but it still wants to pretend it has it. Anyways, yeah, these are plastic lenses, so be very careful. Don't mess with the screwdriver right next to them, since they will get scratched up. There is the occasional exception, but those tend to be on high-end cameras, which are not inside of regular smartphones, so be careful. Okay, now all of the screws have been taken out, so it's just time to take out the back plastics. So unfortunately, what I'll have to do essentially is a full disassembly of the device, so you can definitely use this as advice on how to disassemble the whole thing. Now we get our plastic toolpick and disconnect the ribbon cables gently. Okay. Be careful, don't apply too much pressure. I'm pretty sure this is one of the... Okay, never mind, it wasn't one of those cables. But yeah, be careful to not apply too much pressure, since it will snap the ribbon cable and render it useless, which you don't want to do. Okay, so for the record, what we have done is not the safest, but basically I took out the display from the frame since I already had it installed, and I thought that it would be safer to do that than to take out the battery, because Samsung, on these phones at least, for some reason decided it would be a great idea to glue the battery to the rest of the device, which I would have actually had to deal with if I didn't come up with this solution on the spot. I will clean up this before I set the new phone, the new display on it, just to be completely sure that nothing is getting in the way. No fingerprints, nothing else, just having this new display doing new display things, hopefully. And I'll see you after the cleanup. Alright, so I've charged it a little. As you saw, the display works, but let's see if the phone boots up. Alright. It does, and pretty nicely too. I put it back together. At first it was definitely a struggle, but now it seems to be doing fine. Okay. I will definitely have to plug it in again, and also move the phone to the side, just in case there's any personal information still on it. Let's check. Okay, so this is definitely taking a while, and obviously this is not going to last as it is 1%. But we are glad to see it boot up completely. Okay, there's no personal information here, it's just... it's just a Goku wallpaper. And... let's peel off the screen protector, and... this is actually pretty close to the original. Looks really good. And feels really nice. The display is obviously not going to be bright. Let's see what happens when we crank up the brightness. Yeah. Okay, so we crank up the brightness and it looks really good. So the phone has been fixed. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.